So, advice columnist E. Jean Carroll is the latest woman to make sexual assault allegations against the guy in the White House. She claims the assault took place in a New York City department store dressing room 23 years ago. He asked her to try on a negligee he wanted to buy for his wife at the time, and this is what she had to say.
The minute he closed that door, I was banged up against the wall.
He slammed you against the wall?
Yeah, I hit my head really hard. Boom. And then he tried to kiss me, which was... It was so hard, but so my reaction was to laugh, to knock off the erotic whatever he had going on, because the man, when you laugh at him, he's like, no. You know, he just went at it.
So he's denying this ever happened, said he never met her, and she's trying to drum up publicity to sell her new book.
There's a picture of him meeting her.
Okay. So,
well, it's not like we don't have, you know, any evidence that he would like to assault women. He said that on the Access Hollywood tape, so he already has telegraphed what he likes to do and what he can get away with. Now she's just confirming that he actually did it. So there you have it, our president.
Yeah. Well, what has been surprising to me is that so many people have come out and said, you know, oh, she's clearly lying. Why didn't she say anything before? And she had immediately told two friends that this happened. One friend said, he raped you. You must go to the police. I will go with you. Apparently, she said to another friend that this had happened, and the other friend said, he has so many lawyers, he will bury you. Tell no one else. And she followed that friend's advice. And, you know, this happened allegedly in 1995 or 1996, and that is why even today, rape is the most underreported crime in our country. 63% of rapes go unreported in our country today. Right. And I spent a career trying to prosecute these cases, and women would come to my office and they would say, I can't go forward because no one will believe me.
Right. And I'm sorry, go ahead, baby.
Well, I mean, I have a few things to say. First and foremost, Bill de Blasio has offered to open up the investigation because it's not at the statute of limitations. She has sort of hedged on whether or not she wants that to happen. I think 100% we should open up that investigation. I think she deserves that. She went this morning, I watched the entire CNN interview, and she said, well, maybe, you know, she seemed, maybe, she also seemed at the time in this interview sort of, she didn't seem to realize how big of a thing this would be, accusing our president of rape. It's not that I don't believe President Trump isn't capable of sexual assault and raping women. Of course, we've all heard the grab him in the blank tape.
16 other women. Or she's the 16th.
She's the 16th?
Yeah.
I also was skeptical of Stormy Daniels, and she came on here, and I 100% believed her. I understood why she didn't want to tell her husband. I am now an admirer of Stormy Daniels on a lot of different levels, but I'm going to say something on this show that is probably unpopular. I have a problem, and I think of the Asia Argento story. Believe everyone all the time and don't ask questions. And in life in general, I don't believe anything anybody tells me without asking questions. I'm a politician's daughter. I've been lied to my entire life by people. And Asia Argento ended up, it revealed that she had actually herself sexually assaulted a minor and then reached an agreement where her boyfriend, Anthony Bourdain, who later committed suicide, paid off, the actor's name was Jimmy Bennett, $380,000. So for me, like, I always ask questions, and it's not that I don't believe women, as you said. It is something that brings on so much cultural shame. It's something that is so horrific. I think it's one of the most horrific things you could ever think of happening to a woman.
Do you believe her?
But I don't know. I don't, and it's not, and again, I know this probably makes me unpopular in this space, but I believe that something happened, and I believe, but she's accusing a lot of other very prominent, famous men of sexual assault, and I believe of rape. And again, it's like I was scared to even come out here and say that, but I would prefer to be honest with the audience, and I would just like to open up the investigation. I would like to know more information.
Here's the thing, I don't understand what Bill de Blasio is saying, and maybe I have the law wrong, but they have changed the statute of limitations in New York. After 2006, there is no statute of limitations for first-degree rape, which is what she is describing. But if this happened in 1995, the statute of limitations was only 5 years, and you can't go backwards. And
so there is a statute of limitations.
Yeah, on
Yeah, but
her
that
claim.
doesn't-
So
but that
even if
does-
you open up an investigation, he's not going to be charged.
Yeah, but
with
so
anything.
what? Even if he's not charged, let the American people
But we should
hear
change that law
the
then.
facts.
We should change that law.
It's
I
not
agree with
about
that.
it's not about him being prosecuted. It's about exposing what he did. So he's never going to get prosecuted for anything, as far as I can tell.
But like another example is Julie Swatnick, who accused Brett Kavanaugh of being part of a gang rape. She couldn't provide credible witnesses. NBC came out saying that she had changed her story several times. E. Jean Carroll is on a book tour called "What Do We Need Men For?" And again, I don't doubt her pain. She looks like a woman who is in a lot of pain. A lot of horrible things have clearly happened to her. I just think I would like to know more about the investigation.
Yeah, I mean, the prevalence of false reporting is between 2 and 10%. Most women do not lie about rape because people don't believe them, because they get raked over the coals.
But Sonny, in this case, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck.
Look, well,
I would agree with that.
look,
We've seen the duck.
Whoopi, can I just say one more thing before you talk?
Yeah, sure.
I 100% came out here assuming I'm going to be raked over the coals, but I would rather be honest with this audience and with all of you than sit here and lie because it's going to make my life easier in the media.
But I think what you said is, I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that's...
What do you
Well, as you know, I always say, whoever gets accused, take them to court.
Yeah.
Let's go to court.
Or investigate.
And you know, because I've lived through 3 or 4 of these, like the Central Park 5, where it wasn't true, and everyone jumped on the bandwagon.
Yes.
Or the
exonerated
Duke lacrosse
is what we like to call it now.
team.
The Duke lacrosse team.
The Duke lacrosse team, who we were on air talking the same thing, and then we had to say, hey, this turns out not to be true.
Right.
So, and when I was a kid, there was a young lady called Tawana Brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've said this and I got in a lot of trouble, and I'm okay that people don't like it or accept it, but the bottom line is you have to take it to court and make somebody show you, make people have this trial so we know what's going on. Does it always end up the way you want it to? No, but I think if you don't do anything, you don't say, listen, we have to do this. It's not about believing or not believing. You want to put the monsters away.
What if there can't be a
Could I
trial
say
in
one
this
more
case?
thing?
What if there
sorry.
can't be a trial?
Just
How do you feel?
one more quick thing.
Right.
I learned working here from the Aziz Ansari story to be a lot, what I say on TV now, I'm just a lot more careful with how I approach things now than I did when I first got here.
Okay.
Just putting that out
And
there.
I hope people realize what she's saying is, I don't know.
Yes. Thanks, Sammy.
Well, nobody knows. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
But that's what a trial will do. It will give you a way to
100%
get
should open
there.
the investigation.
We'll be back.